So when you submit a clinical trial application, you have specific evaluation periods where you can get questions from authorities. So it could be during the validation phase or it could be by the evaluation phase. And some questions can be easier, some harder. It really depends on the quality of your submission dossier, so to call. Imagine the situation. You have worked 100 hours to prepare your package. You submit. You pass the validation phase, no problem. You go to the evaluation phase and suddenly you receive 100 questions and you only have 12 days to answer. First of all, you shouldn't really be panicking about it because not every single question is a deal breaker. Sometimes the authorities just ask for additional clarification. There's a typo, maybe something was not clear. It can be really explained quite quickly and quite efficiently. And that's why it is important to have your team that you work with available when the questions come in so you can answer these questions quickly and efficiently. Alternatively, not every single question has to be answered with hard data. Sometimes it's just simply not possible, and the authorities, in very specific cases, they also accept commitments that once they approve the trial, you will perform certain changes to the documentation, you will perform specific changes in, for example, manufacturing, there's something to clarify, and then you will be submitting them later on. One way to actually de-risk the risk of questions is to perform a gap analysis by independent regulatory experts who would be completely unbiased for your CTA. And that's where you would get questions raised that actually the authorities may get, because the regulatory experts, for example, they may be used to work in regulatory agencies, and they instantly would see where something is not clear or raise some questions, for example, why this has not been clarified. The authorities really want to work with the sponsors in order to be able to provide the patients with the most innovative treatments. However, one has to ensure that the data they provide to the authorities is of highest quality, and wherever is not possible, also some commitments can be accepted. They could be addressed further down the clinical development timeline.